An independent Canadian journalist has alleged that he was physically assaulted and threatened by a group of pro-Khalistani activists while reporting a rally in Vancouver. The journalist Mocha Bezirgan described his attacker as thugs and said he was targeted for his editorial independence and past coverage of Khalistan-related protests. The incident occurred while the independent journalist Bezirgan was in the city to cover a rally organized by pro-Khalistan supporters. He further alleged that the pro-Khalistani groups want to influence and buy him. Listen in.
By multiple Khalistanis who acted like thugs, and they surrounded me and they threatened violence and they got physical with me. They grabbed my phone out of my hand in front of police, by the way. And this has been very stressful for me because this was done by an individual who has been harassing me for a very long time online, using dehumanizing language against me, doxing my whereabouts. And I've been covering the Khalistan protests in Canada, US, UK, New Zealand since last year. I've been about 30 of their events, and my only goal is to do independent journalism. Yeah, I was just there reporting on the event. Khalistanis gathered to honor their so-called martyrs, including the assassins of Indira Gandhi and the suicide bombers, child suicide bombers. And I was reporting on that. This was a public event on a public location, and I was within my rights to do what I was doing. But there was this one individual who's not even a Canadian citizen. He came up to me and started asking me questions. He was very close to my face, and I said, listen, if you want to have a conversation, sure, let's talk, but you need to keep your distance. And he would keep saying, let's go around the corner, let's go around the corner, I'll show you around the corner if you're not scared. And I told him, yeah, I'm not scared, but let's speak here. If you want to say something, if because I'm an independent journalist, I have to be accountable. I accept challenges, and I'm okay with conversations. But this individual, this was not a conversation. He keeps coming at my face, very close proximity. I'm stepping one step back, he's stepping forward. I'm telling him to keep his distance. He's not keeping his distance. He's asking loaded questions and won't even allow me to answer, interrupting, advancing towards me, keeping his finger and hands towards my face. This is becoming very threatening. And then all of a sudden I had 2-3 people surrounding me with the same physical closeness, like I have nowhere to go. And they're saying, so you're talking about Sikhs, huh? And at that moment I was recording secretly from my main camera because I felt that something physical is about to happen, so I was recording. But to get a better view, I started recording from my phone as well, and as soon as I start recording, they turn their faces away. They are scared. But this one individual, he keeps walking towards me. I walk away, he keeps walking, and then eventually he grabbed my phone out of my hand for a moment. It stopped my recording, and when I turned back on, the police was engaging with him and telling him to stop his harassing behavior.
Aditya, my colleague, is joining us to give us more perspective about this incident that took place in Vancouver. Aditya, this is obviously the reality of Khalistanis. They want nobody else's opinion but theirs to float.
Well, absolutely, Vinit. If you see, every the world knows that Khalistani extremists and thrive in Canada. And if you see, in the previous government, when Justin Trudeau was the Prime Minister of Canada, he openly supported these Khalistani fringe elements, and this is the result of keeping these fringe elements on your soil. And now they are. Even these these Khalistani groups are even harassing own Canadian citizens. So it should be a matter of concern for the new Canadian administration, which also has majority of Indians on higher positions in the cabinet. It needs to be seen, how this the menace of Khalistanis can be, tackled in Canada. And what this Canadian journalist says that I've been covering Khalistani protests in Canada, UK, US, New Zealand. My only goal is to do independent journalism and record and report what's going on because I am editorially independent. This frustrates some people. So, this shows, how, to what extent these Khalistani fringe elements have now come as far as in their stay in Canada is concerned. So it needs to be seen, how, even India has repeatedly raised concerns over Canada, allegedly giving a free hand to Khalistani extremists and their supporters. Yes, Vineet.
Gautam Mukherjee, senior journalist, also with us on the program. Gautam, what do you make of this incident? It's not only a suppression of independent journalism, it's also the suppression of an idea that, the Khalistanis think of themselves as, absolutely incorruptible when it comes to their ideology against India.
Oh, I don't know if they think they're incorruptible, but certainly their, if you like, mafia tactics are continuing under Carney as much as it was before, and it is time to crack down on them in Canada because, one, they have lost political power. They don't have the backing even of the majority of the Sikhs. Second, this particular journalist is probably of Iranian origin and isn't playing ball with the Khalistani narrative, and so these people are threatening to beat him up. This is also part of another person who questioned Carney directly as to why he has invited Modi to the G7 when there is an ongoing investigation about the death of Nijjar. So I think it's time to crack down on these people and put them in their place. They don't have more than 3% in the popular vote, and they have hardly any seats in the parliament now. There is no reason why they should be allowed to behave like this.